So moving forward with accumulators, you can use a list for accumulation, and this is really common. So let's just go ahead and, well, you know what? You should never name anything list. So I'm going to name this accum. I do that a lot. It's a little bit vague what accum might mean if you don't know that I'm talking about an accumulator, but I'm going to go, you know that I am, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to make that, and I'm going to make a num list. And this is just going to be the list of the range. Let's do 1 through 72. And let's go by twos. So for num in num list, I'm going to append to accum if, and I'll do this in a sec, if the num is divisible by 3. And if I print this, we should see something pretty straightforward. Oh, equals 0, if it's evenly divisible by 3, right? Because this is assuming, this is an easy mistake to make. If you do if num modulo 3, this is going to be true, which means that everything except for the divisible numbers, like 3 divisible numbers, are going to get appended, right? So let's do if num modulo 3 equals 0. Now we're only dealing with the divisible by 3 numbers, so 3, 9, 15, 21, etc. Now, this gets us into the realm of, well, keeps us in the realm of being able to answer simple number theory problems like, you know, what is the sum of numbers divisible by 3 within a given range, right? And I'm going to go ahead and just sum divisible by 3 of some num list. I'm just going to pack this into a function really quick, which I haven't been doing the last couple lessons, but I just want to demonstrate this again. Or we need to think in terms of functions. So I'm going to put this accumulator also within here. And we will return the sum of the accumulator. And I'll go ahead and call this. So I'm going to print the sum divisible by 3 of the num list and 432. I think I believe it, you know. So hopefully that makes good sense. We could have just, we could have done this with an int accumulator, but there's often a good reason to throw things into a list, right? Like what if we just wanted to know all the numbers that were able to be modded by 3? You know, we could do that. You know what, let me make a case for why you would do this with an accumulator. Instead of, and I lightly introduced this before, instead of using a for loop explicitly like this, you could instead have your accumulator be a comprehension. So a comprehension is just sort of a compacted for loop. So I'm just going to rewrite this with a comprehension. So we're going to do num for num in num list if num modulo 3 is 0. So we get more compact code. Comprehensions are also really fast. So this gets us the same thing. This gets us a list, accum, that's full of the values from the list that was passed in that are divisible by 3. So 432, same answer. This is better, sorry, this is more Pythonic code, and it should be a little more optimized. So, you know, every once in a while I'll throw a comprehension in here. You don't need to know comprehensions to pass our technical interview for the DSI, but they're really fun to write, and they're compact, and you feel really cool when you write them. So I'm going to recommend you learn them at your earliest convenience.